The opponent finally gave the Indiana Fever the "I hate white girls, I hate Caitlin Clark, I'm going to destroy the Indiana Fever," the kind of effort that Caitlin Clark and the Fever see every night that Caitlin Clark's on the court.
You didn't know neither one of them until Caitlin Clark came about. We only here because of Caitlin Clark. It's the only reason why we're talking about WNBA.
Breaking news from the WNBA. Jason Whitlock has just exposed shocking truths about how the Indiana Fever really feel about Caitlin Clark. From being targeted on the court to getting little support from her own team, it's becoming clear there's a deeper problem. Comment 100% if you stand with Caitlin Clark.
When these teams face the Indiana Fever while Caitlin Clark is playing, it's the Super Bowl. You're getting everybody's best shot. Everybody wants to make a name for themselves.
When Caitlin Clark is on the floor, every single game turns into a championship-level battle for the other team. Opponents don't just want to win, they want to make a statement.
I'll make a name for myself by knocking her to the floor or elbowing her eyeball out the socket. Whatever I got to do, that is what they are willing to do when Caitlin Clark is on the team.
Players push harder, play more physical, and even resort to cheap shots, all in an effort to rattle her. Elbows to the face, shoves to the floor, and constant trash talk have become routine because taking down Caitlin Clark has become the ultimate badge of honor.
They got embarrassed last night, and if the opponents were giving this type of effort with earlier when Caitlin Clark was down, I'm not sure if this 5-game winning streak would have ever happened.
But the recent blowout loss proves something important. Without her, that same fire from opponents disappears. The Fever didn't face the same aggressive defense or high-intensity energy, and yet they still collapsed.
When you're the focus of another team's defense, it has an impact on you where Caitlin Clark creates so much space and freedom for everybody else.
That's because Caitlin isn't just a star scorer. She's the spark that raises the level of competition every night. Whether it's her deep shooting, quick passing, or the attention she commands, she forces teams to lock in like never before.
When these teams face the Indiana Fever while Caitlin Clark is playing, it's the Super Bowl. You're getting everybody's best shot.
This isn't just about her stats. Her very presence changes the game. Without Caitlin, the Fever are just another team. With her, they're the main event, and every rival treats it like the Super Bowl. That's how much impact she has, and that's why the hate against her is so...
Like I said, I think the Indiana Fever did a horrible job from the top down. Amber Cox, Kelly Crosskopf have done a terrible job putting a roster together along with Stephanie White.
The truth is, Caitlin Clark's biggest obstacle might not even be the opponents in front of her. It's the way her own team has been built and managed from the top down.
I didn't even like the Stephanie White hire to begin with. I didn't feel that she's a part of the old guard, and the style that Caitlin Clark plays does not fit with what Stephanie White is naturally comfortable with.
From day one, the Indiana Fever's leadership has made questionable decisions that don't align with her style of play.
And when anything goes wrong, Stephanie White goes to what she knows, which is this slow, boring basketball that people did not enjoy watching at all. That's just her nature.
Caitlin thrives in a fast-paced, free-flowing offense where spacing and ball movement open up her unlimited shooting range and pinpoint passing. Instead, Coach Stephanie White often reverts to a slow, outdated system the moment things get tough. That's not just ineffective. It completely neutralizes what Caitlin does best.
DeWanna Bonner. The way DeWanna Bonner played last night, you have to sit there and go, who would put DeWanna Bonner on the same team as Caitlin Clark? DeWanna Bonner last night was going at Lexi Hall and Sophie Cunningham like they were the KKK. And Stephanie White coached DeWanna. Yeah, Stephanie White coached DeWanna Bonner for 2 years in Connecticut, and that's who you bring to be the leader, the vet on your Indiana Fever team? Insanity.
Then there's the roster construction. Instead of surrounding her with players who can run the floor, hit shots, and build chemistry, management has brought in personalities and playing styles that clash with hers. The signing of DeWanna Bonner raised eyebrows immediately. A veteran who plays a completely different brand of basketball and, at times, has shown visible tension with Caitlin's allies on the court.
I think it is a flat-out travesty what Stephanie White has done to Lexi Hall. Lexi Hall was a part of the core four to help things turn around last season. And yeah, she shot terrible last night. She's been shooting terrible the last 5 games. But let's really think about it. Lexi Hall earned the right to be a part of the core of this team with how she played last season and with her opportunities in the beginning of the season. DeWanna Bonner comes here. Lexi Hall gets thrown to the back burner. DeWanna Bonner quits on the team, takes a max contract, and then leaves. We throw in Lexi Hall in a state of emergency because Sophie Cunningham's hurt. She plays great. We sign Ari McDonald. Lexi Hall gets thrown back to the bench.
Meanwhile, one of Caitlin's strongest connectors, Lexi Hull, has been mishandled all season. She's been yanked in and out of the starting lineup, her confidence chipped away until she's a shadow of the player she was last year.
Aaliyah Boston was hugged up gossiping with Caitlin Clark because I think Aaliyah Boston figured out last night, like, oh boy, them easy buckets I was getting because of Caitlin Clark, boy, do I miss them.
Even Aaliyah Boston, a dominant inside presence when paired with Caitlin, has struggled without her feeding easy buckets. That chemistry should have been nurtured and maximized, but instead, the Fever's rotations and game plans have left both stars underperforming. And the locker room environment? Reports suggest Caitlin often finds herself isolated, with only a couple of teammates regularly sitting next to her on the bench, while others keep their distance.
And you love them both because of Caitlin Clark. You didn't know neither one of them until Caitlin Clark came about. We only hear because of Caitlin Clark. It's the only reason why we talking about WNBA. You're not going to walk into no bar, no Buffalo Wild Wings, and see them having a WNBA game on.
All of this points to one thing: a failure from the coaching staff and front office to build a true team around their franchise player. Caitlin isn't just the most valuable player on the roster. She's the reason people are watching the Fever at all.
And so when you don't have the referees calling the calls and you don't have your coaches sticking up for you, it took forever for Christy Sides to get a technical foul for all the bad reffing that was going on against Caitlin Clark. And so it's like she out there on an island.
But until leadership starts protecting her, supporting her, and tailoring the system to her strengths, she'll keep facing battles on 2 fronts: against her opponents and against the very organization she plays for.
You didn't know neither one of them until Caitlin Clark came about. We only hear because of Caitlin Clark. It's the only reason why we talking about WNBA. You're not going to walk into no bar, no Buffalo Wild Wings, and see them having a WNBA game on.
Caitlin Clark is the heartbeat of the Fever and the reason the WNBA is booming. Yet she's facing battles from all sides. Every cheap shot and setback only fuels her fire. If you believe she deserves the respect and protection she's earned, drop 100% in the comments.